Welcome back. So, Walder, you're going to continue hewing your way up the stairs. Does everyone plan to follow behind him, or will you forge off on your own?
I'm going to follow behind Walder.
Good idea.
Keep trying to peek and see what this thing is that's on his back, even though it's under the plate mail while he swings.
So you continue to force your way up the stairs, Walder, just carving through people. They don't seem to care. Like, it doesn't make any difference to them. And the tide continues behind you, in front of you, next to you. Everyone's just marching upward up the stairs. Again, as you turn the corner of the spiral staircase, you start to see another opening onto the next floor. Thick swirls of smoke fill this chamber, faces appearing and disappearing in the haze. What looks to be a large cauldron sits upon a fire, and it's like there's someone sitting next to it.
Lygan would have loved this. What does the smoke smell like?
It actually smells like it might be food.
It smells good.
Somehow I find that more disturbing.
You there? I sidestep off of the stairs.
You see a hunched figure tending this cauldron, and it looks up and waves what looks to be some sort of a disfigured hand at you, and seems to beckon you over.
Morga, I presume?
So you get closer, you see quite the strange sight. Looks like not entirely a human. This is some sort of strange amalgamation of man and lobster. One hand, a giant claw, a row of twittering proto down the left side from under their robes. Two twitching antennae dangle above their eyes. Oh, friends, come, join me for some stew. I am Birder.
You're not human? What happened to you?
What do you mean? What happened to me? I am Birder. Would you like some stew?
Birder,
I reach out and just touch him, just like a hand on the shoulder.
You can tell through his robes that he's got a kind of a hard carapace underneath his robes. Your hand
back and I say, "Carcinization. We're returning to the sea."
Smells like lobster in here. We eat lobster.
I do have a delicious seafood stew here I've been preparing. Would you care to join me?
I just fearlessly sit down and kind of reach out as if to. Is there a bowl nearby or anything?
Yes, there's several wooden bowls around on the floor here in the cauldron. There's crates, various crates and barrels of different sorts. There's no real furniture or home that you could see here. There's no bedding or anything. There's just this large cast iron cauldron and an assortment of crates, as though he's used to entertaining guests.
I just grab one of the bowls and scoop into the cauldron and ask for a spoon. I do like to use a utensil, I'm not an animal.
Satrin, it looks so delicious. I sit down next to it and watch.
Just peering into the... What does it look like in there? What are they eating?
It doesn't look very appetizing. It's a gray slurry of different chunks and strange things, and you see an eyeball burble up to the top every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It smells absolutely disgusting.
Satrin, is it goulash?
Berter rummages around in his robes and manages to pull out a filthy spoon that he hands to you with his one good hand, or his human hand. You can see that the other one is a large lobster pincher claw. Here you go.
Kind of just roughly wipe it off on my shirt and take a sip, take a kind of a nosh on this whatever it is here.
So, tasting the stew, despite the horrific smell, it's actually quite delicious.
Ooh.
Oh, my friends, this is quite the dish. You should have a bit.
Smells like poop. Not going to eat the poop soup.
Oh, just plug your nose. I've eaten a lot worse on the run from the church.
And I back away a little bit and I pull out my bread and just take little mouse bites.
You wither away with that kind of diet.
What's the worst that could happen? I'll grab a bowl. I'll dig into the cauldron to get a bowl full, and I'll just drink straight from the bowl.
Nice.
I'll
Galgenfried,
also grab a bowl. I'm just gonna ask the cook. What's his name? Berter. I'm gonna ask Berter to please give me some of the choicest bits.
what? Yes, of course.
Dig down to the bottom, Berter. The bottom.
Oh, yeah, puppies at the bottom.
Using a large ladle he has, he scrapes it along the bottom of the cast iron cauldron, scraping up a hefty load of a sludgy gray mass of putridity that he oozes slowly into the wooden bowl and hands it to you. Here you go, friend. Here you go.
Oh, I love the crusty bottom.
Are we still talking about food?
I'm gonna peer over at the crates and be like, "Don't you have anything else to eat?"
Oh,
Slash, please join us.
It smells so bad.
It's quite the feast once you've had it in your mouth.
It's true. I take a big
I dip
helping.
I dip a little bit of the bread just to get it wet, like a tiny bit, and take another little mouse bite.
and it's like God is rubbing your tummy. It's the most delicious thing you've ever had in your mouth.
Berter, what's your
I'm
recipe?
pleasantly surprised. And the cauldron is just like right next to us, right?
Yes.
So I'll just dip like my whole bread into this soup.
It turns
Use it
into
to
a
finish.
sopping, disgusting mass, but it is so delicious. More
Licking my
delicious
fingers and shit. Like,
than the sweetest cakes you've ever had. More delicious than the sweetest wine.
all right, I was wrong. It's pretty damn good.
Slash, you must get the crusty bottom. Get the crusty bottom. I just dip all over my face and I'm eating it as fast as I can.
So, a bit of housekeeping here. Can anyone, whoever, roll me a D3, please?
I think Satrin should go first.
Walter, did you roll something for us?
I also rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2 on a D3, so you rolled
Yep.
a 2. All right. So for the next 2 hours, you spend wildly hallucinating. All of you just get lost in the swirls of smoke. As time passes.
Slash is a rock star. He's probably pretty used to it. He's guiding the rest of them. Like, no, you just have to set in setting. Look, we're in a safe place. Tell me, what are you so afraid of? Just like getting real deep into philosophy.
Does anyone here happen to have a gambling problem or addiction on their character?
I do not.
Well, I think I would say so. The first line says, "A deal was struck in a noble's bedchamber."
Oh,
Hmm.
so
I think I'm the gambling type.
So as you sit there, your head swimming with colors and smoke, Berter pulls out some dice and asks, "Would anybody care to join me in a game of dice?"
Game
What
of
do we
chance.
Yes, I would very much enjoy playing with you.
I'm
Well, how do you know
enjoying your
what-
crusty bottom so much, Birder. I will definitely join you in a game of chance.
Hmm.
The great Slash has never lost a game of dice. I'm up for the challenge.
Oh, a bold description. All right. How do we all feel about, shall we say, 3 dead skulls?
Okay. I don't.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
just
That
sit
is, but-
down like I'm ready for it. Like
All
on the
right,
floor
then.
or wherever we have to be.
How
I'm
much?
very focused on the crates, and I'm slowly etching blasphemous poems into them while they play. By the way,
There once was a man from Nantucket.
All right. The bet is going to be 3 silvers. 3 silvers to get in on this. All right. Have you played? Do you know how to play? He hands you some dice. We roll 3 dice, and whoever has the best winning combination takes the pot.
All 6s?
Fair enough.
Are we
Is
rolling?
Slash playing or who's playing?
Yeah, I'm playing. Are we rolling D6s?
Yes, 3d6s.
Okay. I'm gonna drop 6 coins and be like, I'll pay for you this round.
Is that for me or for
For
who?
you, yeah.
Oh, thank you. All right.
All right. So 3d6. And what did you get? What did you get?
I have my hands over them.
I have a 4, 4, and a 1 for 9.
I have a
Oh,
5, a 5, and a 3
Ooh.
for 13.
well, I'm sorry, but those combinations are no good. I have a 4, 5, 6, so I clearly won this round. Berter's good hand reaches out, and then he pauses and takes the coins and slides them back towards himself with his pincher claw, making a horrific noise like
I think
nails
when
on a
he reaches
chalkboard.
out- I think when he reaches out with that crab claw, I'm going to stab it
Ah!
with the dagger
Oh.
straight into the table. And then with the other hand, I have the spear, and I'm holding it to his throat, and I say, Slash has never lost a dice game.
I go to protect my bowl of crusty bottom, and I move away to watch what happens.
Okay. Can Slash give me a to hit roll? That'll be a DR 10.
Okay. Oh boy, that's a 6.
A 6. You as though you were playing some sort of strange game with him, your dagger slams into the table between the
Like
parts of his pincher claw, narrowly missing him. Berter looks up at you, confused, his antenna twitch. Why would you do that? He seems perplexed by your response.
I just tell the rest, like, we have to kill him now. He's seen too much.
I ate a healthy helping of the soup, so I am just tripping over in
Yeah.
the corner still.
Definitely.
If there's no burger, there's no crusty bottom. That's
You can
what I
stay here
say.
as long as you like.
If I wasn't tripping balls, I probably would question this. But I was told to kill, so I'll swing at him.
Oh my god!
Well, the lot of you have the initiative. Berter is too caught
Yeah.
off guard by your hostile
He cannot
reaction.
be allowed to live. He knows too much.
So
This-
you may.
What does he know?
He knows that I've lost.
You may swing away.
Yeah.
That would be a -1.
You didn't roll a 1, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you rolled a 1.
-2, yeah.
With a -2.
Ah.
Yeah.
Probably stab me or some shit like that.
So, what
Don't be
sort
silly. I have a Slyhander. I can't stab with that.
You just critically fumbled with a Zweihander.
Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. You swing your sword as it slams into the floor. The blade cracks in 2. You now have a broken short sword, effectively. Can you roll a d6?
6.
And your armor is it's plate, yes?
Yes.
So give me an armor roll as well.
Armor roll is 4.
4. So a chunk of the blade shatters and rifles backwards at you and lodges itself in your shoulder and in a gap between your armor. And you've unfortunately taken 2 points of damage.
Walter, why have you attacked our lobster friend? And also, Satrin, you attacked the man downstairs. How are we to get the gifts of the tower if you guys keep attacking everyone? I keep eating my shit.
There are no gifts here.
What do you mean?
We must eliminate this prick and head upstairs.
Anyone else going to roll to try and behead the poor birder?
I'm still holding the spear to him, but I'm not trying to attack him yet.
Okay.
He's not.
I'm
He's just.
going to
there.
go for more soup
I
and try and get out of the way.
I am just hallucinating insanity and stumble backwards into the cauldron. I'm just kind of sitting in the soup now.
Nice.
Sitting in the soup.
Well, it is quite hot. Can you please make a toughness roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You tell anyone about this,
I got an 18.
and you'll be in that soup.
Satrin, get your ass out of the soup.
Am I sitting in soup?
Satrin is quite comfortable. It's rather like a warm bath, which you haven't had in quite some time.
Oh, God, I don't want no soup anymore.
Little bubbles from a fart.
Birder's proto legs twitch at your threat slash, and yes, I don't want any trouble. Please, leave me be.
I take all the coins.
He has a sack near him.
Oh, just the ones on the table.
Oh, just on the table. Okay.
Yeah.
So you managed to collect 9 coins there.
Mm-hmm.
The 6 you put in and 3 of Birders.
And then I look over towards Galgenfried and I say, "You owe me 3 silver."
I give him the 3 silver and I leave 9 more for Burner on the table. I go, thanks for the soup. So
while all this is going on, I am staring at my broken sword with a tear welling up in one eye over the fact that it's broken, completely ignoring everything that's going on around me.
You all can stay here in Satrin's soup, but I'm out.
I shall follow you, Slash. But Walter, should we remove that piece of sword from your shoulder?
My sword.
I'm sorry about your sword, Walter, but I don't know why you attacked the lobster gentleman. He was just serving a soup.
My sword. How am I supposed to behead people without my sword?
Oh, you've got a little bit of it left. You can just hack, and eventually the head will come off, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It just might take a little longer, but that makes it more fun. Plus, the spire might give you a gift of a new sword too. Let's continue on, my friend.
All right.
Yeah.
So
So
in between the crowd of people.
yes, so you're going to continue up, but you've lost your hewing mower of humanity,
Mhm.
since he now has a stubby, broken, shattered short sword as opposed
say,
to his
Grab one
impressive
and use it like a shield. And I
Zweihander.
grab the back of a person and try to just use them like the bow of a ship.
Can everyone make an agility roll for me, please, as you
Yes.
ford your way up the stairs?
12.
12.
9.
9. The shield methodology works. You use this poor soul to shove your way through the crowd, and it seems to give you just enough space to slip through the cracks in the crowd, and no harm befalls you. You keep climbing up the stairs, higher and higher. Everything is swirling around you, though. Still, the effects of the stew are still in your brains, and it makes it even tougher to overcome the urges that you have. You begin to hear soft music playing as you climb higher. As you break onto the next level, you can see that the ceiling is lost in a tangle of oversized chandeliers, a thick, ropey black wax oozing from the candles. There's large piles of the stuff cooling on the floor, but strangely soft music fills this space. And not only yourselves, but several of the people on the steps with you peel off and start dancing to the music. Can everyone make a presence test, please?
Oh, I'm good at these.
Well, Satrin, would you please make a presence check? Everyone has a the DR is 11.
Yeah, a 3 is not even close.
18.
I have an 18 also. Can everybody hear that sound as I continue to eat my soup?
I got a 4.
Yeah,
So-
I've already pulled the axe off my back and I'm trying to improvise along with it.
So Satrin and Slash are overwhelmed with the beautiful music, and they begin to dance. They just cannot control themselves, and they begin to maniacally dance. And what does that look like? What do you guys? How are you dancing? What are your bad moves?
Oh wow. Is there what's the setup like in the room?
So the room is circular, of course. The lighthouse is circular in shape, and there's massive chandeliers everywhere.
Mhm.
Uh,
And then goopy stuff from the dripping.
wax dripping, but also around the perimeter of the room are these massive curved paintings that depict anthropomorphic sea animals. And they seem to be mimicking the dancing of the people in the room. They're moving and shifting along with everybody, dancing in tune to the music.
I rush over to Slash and start waltzing with him.
Absolutely. Yes, I've been waiting for this my whole
Yeah,
life.
I'm just staring
Very nice,
longingly into
very
his
nice.
eyes as we just do the waltz around the room. Really broad.
At breakneck speed.
Absolutely.
Like we've practiced for years.
We look good.
So Satrin and Slash tear off into a mad dance. Walder and Gelgenfried, what are you doing as you watch your companions just dance away with the rest of the fools that have been overcome by this music?
Come join us.
Yes.
And we do spinning around.
Can I tell what the source of the music is?
No, there's no discernible source. It just seems to fill the space in a strange ethereal manner. Like there's no musician, there's no music box or instruments.
I have never been in a room before without musicians and heard music. That's amazing. The gifts of the tower keep going. And who knew Slash and Saturn could dance so well?
And you're really not even sure if it's really happening or if it's just a function of your hallucinations from the stew. So it's a little hard to tell where the line of reality and imagination is at this point in the day for you.
I guess they're tired of our journey.
Jagenfried goes like this. Shall we dance? And ask Walter that.
Like way out of rhythm.
Nah,
You don't want to dance?
nah. I want to keep going.
I agree with you. I would like to keep going, but is there anything else here? Is there anything else to look at, or kind of what's going on with the walls with these this human-looking sea fish?
So as you inspect the paintings, they wrap completely around the room. They're on every surface of the circumference of this room, these huge paintings, not quite floor to ceiling, but almost. And you can see that certain animals, like there's a walrus and a sea lion, that have begun to dance, just like Saturn and Slash.
I bet they'll be getting gifts soon. I'm gonna go like this and see if a sea animal looks like me.
No, nothing seems to mimic your movements.
The arcane knowledge, Walter, says that this is not going to work for me.
Maybe. I'm going to go over and touch the dancing figure that is mimicking Saturn.
The painting?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
go ahead.
well, you can say what you needed to there, Gelgenfried.
Walter, you're going to get another gift? That's what I say as he touches the painting. You must like Saturn.
So as you touch the painting, you can see that it doesn't seem to affect the painting, but Saturn begins to contort his body as though he's being pressed into by a large object. He looks quite uncomfortable, and it's making the dance with Slash very difficult.
Come on.
I'll pull my hand back.
Are you getting tired already?
I'm like, Slash, I was high before I came into this tower. I don't know what's going on.
So he immediately recovers and goes right back to beautiful dancing with Slash.
I'm feeling better now.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
So their mad dance continues around the room, circling round and round and round. Do you care to intervene, or do you just wish to watch them dance until they maybe drop from exhaustion?
I'm going to walk up and up to them and sort of try to keep a little bit of the cadence and then try to have a conversation. I'm not sure if you guys know, but it's been quite a while. You've been dancing.
Oh, I can't see or hear anything.
Yeah, they are completely consumed. They ignore you
Just locked
completely.
on Saturn.
Yeah, 100%.
Walter, I think they may be in love. I cannot get to them. I keep following them very badly around the room while they're doing this, trying to have this conversation. It's like, maybe you should interact with the wall again and see if you could stop one. Move it. See if you can move it.
I am going to try to take my two hands, put one on Satrin and one on Slash, the paintings that are mimicking them, and try to sort of push them apart.
Ah. So as you do that, your two companions look to be in quite a lot of distress. They look pained, as though they're about to explode in a gastric disaster.
I say, Walter, push harder.
Push.
So, do you continue to push harder as Gelgenfried has requested?
I know it looks
No.
painful, but how are we going to stop them?
No, I have a better idea. Let's try to drag them up the stairs.
Ah.
Okay.
So grab a hold and sort of push them towards the stairs and up the stairs.
All right. You managed to get a hold of each one of them and drag them out of the room. They don't go willingly. They continue to try to dance, but as
You're all
soon as you reach
frustrated.
the staircase, the spell seems to be broken, and they seem to stop their manic waltzing and acknowledge your existence once again.
Oh, that was a better idea than mine.
The Satrin and Slash, you are quite tired, more so than you've been in a very long time. The exertion of dancing as maniacally as you did, and with such vigor, with such passion, you're quite worn out. Unfortunately, you'll both be suffering -1 to your toughness until you complete a long rest.
Okay.
Oh, my dogs are barking.
On my knees, like.
I'm like, get off of me.
I mean, you guys danced very well, but it was for a long time. And Waldor, he figured out how to stop the spell. It was a very good thing. I tried to talk to you, but it didn't work very well. And I wish I had more soup to give to you. You seem hungry.
You just kind of dust myself off, and you should know better than to disrupt the perfection like that. But I suppose
We could have
should
left
thank
you.
I'm going to be honest. I don't remember anything since I had my ass in the cauldron.
Oh, you have some stew on you.
You want some custody bottom?
It's been a while. I think it's best fresh.
That makes sense.
fresh and crusty.
So we head up the
I'm gonna very
stairs.
slowly drag myself up the stairs, or try and like hang on to someone who looks strong and let them drag me up the stairs.
I probably look strong, but I'm not. Because someone cast a spell.
As the four of you, as the two of you drag the other two up the steps, I need everyone to again make an agility roll.
Oh,
14.
I rolled a 20.
Nice.
I don't know if that means
Glad we
anything.
got that out of the way.
5.
5, and Satrin
14.
14. So, Walter, would you do me the favor of rolling a D2?
1.
And so please assign numbers to your inventory and roll the appropriate die. Yes.
I lost my broken Zweihander.
Yeah. So in climbing the stairs, especially dragging along. Did you take Satrin or Slash?
Probably Satrin.
Satrin. As you're dragging Satrin up the stairs, you're being jostled by the dozens of people streaming past you, and yes, you managed to drop your broken Zweihander, and you watch it clatter down the stairs, disappearing into the mass of humanity, probably breaking further, rendering it completely useless.
Walter, you've lost your sword.
What happened with my natural one?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had rolled so poorly, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Roll a D2 for me.
All right. That's a 1.
A 1. Also, assign your inventory numerical values and roll the appropriate die.
Waldor, as you're dragging Satrin up, he kind of just looks at you and says, "Oh, don't worry about it, friend. It didn't look like good steel anyway."
I lost my entire coin pouch.
I rolled a 20.
Yeah.
Can I pick it up and just keep it?
When I notice
Yes.
it missing, I'm like, that motherfucker birder.
I'll allow it. Glass's kind purse is now Gelgenfried's.
Cool. How much shit was in
That
there?
was 97 plus 6. So that would be
103.
103. Yeah. Oh, no.
Alrighty.
And then minus that one that I threw. So 102.
102. Alrighty.
You're quite a wealthy man, Gilgenfried.
I am. I don't know what I'm going to do with it in the tower.
You got all the knowledge and all the coin.
Yes.
Everything's looking up, Galgenfried.
This place is great.
You continue up the stairs, the next floor opening before you, but a heavy mist obscures your ability to see beyond arm's reach. The smell of the sea fills your nostrils, and crashing waves echo in your ears, distort your perceptions even more than the stew. A distant voice calls out. It almost sounds like it calls for help.
Smells like that thief in here.
What thief? Do you hear that person? Smells like the sea.
Right. Like birder.
See,
Smells like lobster in here.
I wish it smelled like that stew.
Agreed.
you could sniff Satrin. He was sitting in it.
I'm tempted.
I don't trust it. And besides, all this talk of gifts, I'm wanting to know what's at the top.
Mm. Yes, me too. Well, I've been at the top. It's amazing. It's amazing. But there are all
Can't
these
wait
other
to go
gifts. Yes.
I do my best to ignore the voice for help. That's not my problem.
I'm going to wander toward that voice. You guys hear that? You hear that? Let's try to wander through.
So as you step out, you see that jagged, wicked little rocks litter the floor here, and there's no discernible end. You can't see any of the walls. That seems like it just extends infinitely before you. You want to continue pursuing this strange call you continue to hear in the distance?
Gentlemen, this is a very large space. I don't really understand it. Probably we may wind up like our old fellow on the garbage scow. It just disappeared. I don't want to disappear in a sphincter of humanity, even if it is a sea. I prefer to go up. I'll stop following. I'm quite scared. I believe that this is going to be a very bad thing. I head back.
Walter, Satrin, your feelings on this matter?
I take out. I have a couple nails in my pocket. I just take one of the nails out and chunk it into into the room. I just want to see if it makes a sound or hits something.
So flinging your nail, it just sort of vanishes from your view, and the sound you would expect it to hear when it hitting the floor or bouncing off the wall never comes. You never do hear anything. It just vanishes into the mist.
I kind of look back at everybody. Hey, I'll tell you what. In all my experience, that's not good. Don't go out there.
I wasn't planning on it.
That seems like the right idea.
Hmm.
All right, up the stairs.
Everybody grab somebody.
Lead the way.
You continue to force your way up the steps, and as you plow through the crowd, you find yourselves stumbling out onto the next floor, and a ramshackle miniature replica of the keeper's house that you saw previously outside. It hangs upside down from the ceiling. A pig, a big fat pig, runs across the roofline, dozens of suckling piglets hanging from her teats. And they drop off, somewhat similar to the people leaping over the railing outside. They splatter with a sickening crunch against the floor. And as the pig runs back and forth, there seems to be this never-ending cascade of piglets dropping from her teats. And they start to form a pile that grows larger and larger, possibly allowing you access to this tiny upside-down house.
I wish we would have gone into the house at the bottom of the spire. But this barbecue factory here, I don't know. Should we go up into the rooms to see what gifts lay there?
Are the stairs still going, or did they
Yes,
stop here?
yes. By Gelgenfried's estimation, you're probably close to the top from what he remembers of his journey up there relative to this one.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a D2 here, and if it's a 1, I'll want to go up. If it's a 2, I'll want to go to the house.
Okay.
That's a 1. I say we can't let ourselves get distracted. You have all the knowledge, and we have nothing.
But it is true. The top of the spire is enlightening, at least in my experience. And all those people jumping off, it's interesting. That's definitely interesting. But I really want to see what's in this house. And aren't you guys still tired?
I've got to say, it would be nice to take a rest in that house. And if you think about it, all these people are running up the tower and then jumping off the top. And I don't see any of them stopping. I don't want to be jumping off the top of this thing. So I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to climb that pile of big old dead pigs.
I agree with Satrin.
Let's give it a look. See what we can figure out.
Also, piglets are delicious. I might put a few in my pack.
So you plan to continue on and climb up the pile of dead pigs and make your way into the miniature house. Yes?
How miniature is it?
Because
if it's like really high up and we climb, and then we realize it's like 3 inches.
it's not quite that tiny.
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous. From where you're at, it's probably, you would judge about a third scale in terms of the size of the house. So it'll definitely require crouching or crawling.
Okay. Who's going first?
Satrin's going first.
I kind of pick up one of the splattered piglets and kind of stuff it into the sack that I'm carrying, and kind of trudge my way up the mound.
I say, Satrin, you could probably get one on the way back. That's what I'd say.
I'm not thinking real straight, all right? Also, if I get up there and I'm able to stand upside down, I might make a fire.
I'll grab one too. And throw one in my. I don't know. I just gotta hold on to it. I'm not gonna grab one. I don't even have a. I don't have a backpack or nothing. So
So so you managed to scrabble up this pile of dead piglets and gain entry or gain access to the front door of the house. And you can see that yes, it is indeed about a third the actual size of the real house. It's a tiny door. You would have to crawl on hands and knees to gain access to it. The door's not locked, but it feels stuck.
I definitely want in. I want to kind of sit on the inside roof, bottom, top, or whatever. So I kind of kick the door in aggressively and try and hop through the space if it opens.
So you kick the door and it does open begrudgingly. Inside you can see that it looks like just a tiny version of a house. There's very small furniture but it's all heaped with trash. There's garbage everywhere. Actually, most of the furniture is in total ruins. There's a sofa and a chair that are piled with more debris from the other pieces of furniture in the room, and there's garbage everywhere and rotting food. You can see a small, tiny staircase that maybe you could wedge yourself up, and then there's an open archway in the back that perhaps leads to another part of the house, but you're definitely going to be on hands and knees in here.
So is it upside down, attached to the ceiling?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm kind of on the roof, on the ceiling inside the house.
You're on the porch roof currently, outside the door still.
Okay. And the mother pig is still running around on the roof.
Smell of rotting food coming from the open larder. And everything is just a complete disaster in here. Plates smashed everywhere, glasses, bottles, everything just destroyed completely. It almost looks like a brawl took place in here.
Well, this doesn't look good. Not demonic, but not any fun either. So I just kind of turn around and crawl back the opposite direction and I guess head up the stairs.
So creeping up the staircase, you're barely able to fit in there. Are you wearing armor?
I'm wearing light armor.
Oh,
no, I'm wearing splint armor actually.
Which is tier 2?
Tier 2.
Yeah, you find that you're unable to navigate up the steps with your armor on. It's much too tight a space for at this scale.
Well,
do you wish to disrobe?
I do not. Instead, I go back out to the roof area, the porch ceiling. Do I fall back? Does gravity reverse again?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna. Is there any way I can reach the mother pig?
You could try.
I have a hammer. I'm gonna chunk my hammer at this mother pig and see if I can't get her to fall off.
Okay. Let's make that a presence roll. I'm assuming you're like throwing it at her.
Yeah, I'm throwing.
Yeah. So let's have a presence roll.
Are the two
6.
of you in on this skewering contest?
So your hammer sails widely off the mark and flies across the room, clanging against the floor. It is retrievable.
I disregard it and I get frustrated and I rip my chest, my shirt open, and I start trying to read the scroll on my chest to take control of the pig and make her jump to the floor.
All right. Again, make a presence roll.
18, 19, 20.
20. So your spell casts successfully, and you are able to control this pig. Can you tell us what it's like, what that looks like when you cast this spell and take control of this pig?
As the spell finishes, I finish reading it. The ink on my chest kind of gelatinizes and slides off my chest and runs down my leg and creates a puddle, and it kind of slumps its way across the roof and over to the pig and just crawls down the pig's mouth. And the pig just is like, it sounds like it's choking as it ingests this ink, and I'm in control of it.
All right. And very much, what do you do with the pig? What is your desire?
I tell the pig to jump and see if the pig falls.
And the pig doesn't seem at all to resist you. It leaps from the roof, slamming into the ground, splattering along with its piglets, dead.
I said, "Who caught that one?"
Yeah. Oh, man.
Nobody?
Ruined the game. You ruined it.
I say, I just kind of, they hear me cackling as I crawl back down the pile of piglets.
And I just like throw the 2 piglets off of the spear.
I don't know what gifts lie in here, and I feel like we've somehow missed something.
Yeah,
I'm getting that arcane knowledge. I don't
Yeah.
care what any of you think. And I storm off, upset the game.
I get to the
with
bottom
pigs
of
is
it. Well, this
over.
seemed, I don't know.
You wish to press your climb up the stairs?
Yes, let's keep going.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone, make an agility roll again for me as you wade into the mass of humanity.
It's better.
Oof.
17.
Okay. 3.
4.
I roll a 3 with a -2 modifier, so 1.
So if Setrin, Walder, and Galgenfried could all roll a D2 for me.
Got a 1.
1.
Oh. 2.
2. So our friends, Walder and Galgenfried, you will both lose a random item. And I'm sorry to say, Satrin, but I need a roll of a D3 from you.
Okay. 1.
1. And can you make your armor save that? Well, you have armor, so you don't take any damage as you're jostled quite violently by the crowd. Walder, Gelgenfried, what is it that you've lost this time?
I have this thing in my equipment. I have this goat. I presume it's not with me.
Goat is
carrying it
outside
around the
just
whole
chewing
time.
on grass.
Well, your goat is dead then.
I have a pigskin southwester, whatever that means.
God damn it, Carl.
I lose my food and
Oh,
water.
is that Carl's fault?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't. I still don't know what it means, but yes, this is his base code. So yeah, it's him.
Well, you've lost it.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, you've
God.
lost it.
Walter, your southwester is gone. Whatever it might be. I've lost my food and water.
So all right. So as you press up the stairs, your items
Wish I had
are
lost
swept
my
from your hands.
Coins.
You should have gotten a backpack or something to put your things in. It's ripped from your grip. So
Just got it all in a belt.
just tucked in. It's like Adam West style.
Yeah.
You press forward, climbing the steps. Almost. You are at the penultimate floor. You step out, and sadness fills the room. You see the man that you met earlier downstairs that ran into the tower. he and another fellow, this one, looks quite horrific. He's heavily muscled. He's very imposing looking, but he has oozing sores all over his face, just weep liquid. These two men, they're harassing a very, very large man-shaped things, many, many times their size. They're poking and prodding it with barbed poles and hurling insults at it. This giant creature's head is just a fleshless skull, and blood gouts from the ruins of its face as these two men constantly poke and prod and stab at it, screaming, hurling invectives, insults.
Should we get involved? It doesn't.
If I had my sword, I'd say yes.
What happened to your sword?
Well, part of it's right here. And
I said we should remove it.
And I don't know what happened to the rest of it.
Well, then use your southwester.
It's gone.
What?
What?
So does the sadness that's permeating the room?
I'm so sad about that.
Does it feel like it's coming from the situation, or is it just a general sadness?
Yes, this creature that they seem to be tormenting is exuding this feeling of just melancholy, sadness.
I can't watch this.
Oh, I can. I'm loving it. This is good stuff.
You all wanted to kill the lobster man who fed us, and then you also killed the conductor who gave you such wonderful gifts. I feel we must step in and do something here. We must save the skull man thing that's here. I just feel it in my bones. The arcane knowledge tells me we should step in.
Besides,
when you
that
say you
groundskeeper
can't-
was a dick.
When you say you can't watch, does that mean you want to do something about it, or you want to look away?
I just look away.
I want to do something about it. I would probably mean our doom, but we have to jump off a very tall spire anyway to get out of here. And I survived that once. Not sure I'll survive it twice. I'm just gonna walk up to these fools and ask why they're continuing to hurt this creature.
It's like eating popcorn. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So as you're approaching, the person that you ran into outside the spire turns around and I told you Morgar would be really unhappy with you. And the other fellow turns, the one with the oozing sores. They stop in their assault of this poor creature, and he looks at you and in a gruff voice says, "What the hell are you doing in my lighthouse?"
This is your spire?
She be my bride.
This is your bride. You know your sphincter continues to outpost people down below. Your bride is mighty full. That's what I say.
Never a more apt use of the word sphincter. Don't you talk about my bride like that, you heathenous scum!
Yes, well, why are you hurting this creature?
It's defective. And I'm gonna hurt you if you don't get the hell out of me lighthouse.
How do I get out of the lighthouse?
I'll bet you 5 silver that they kill him.
Down the stairs the way you came. Get out now.
I hope so.
What does this creature look like again?
No bet.
It's a giant humanoid wearing a black t-shirt and jeans and white sneakers with a giant skull head. No, he's not wearing jeans and sneakers. Come on, don't be ridiculous. He's a large humanoid with just a fleshless skull for a head, and blood is pouring from the upper jaw.
And the sadness is coming from it.
Yes.
And
It is the source of your despair.
I'm playing in a minor key now.
I'm gonna engage in. I'm just gonna take this ridiculous lance that I have, and I'm gonna just jam it into this guy with the sword's face, like just to start to see what happens. So
into the thing that they're tormenting.
No, into the guy with the sore face.
Oh, the sores. I see. Yes. All right.
Oh my God, he's doing it.
This is gonna be awesome.
Can you roll a d6 for me?
Did we help?
Here,
Hand you the spear.
I got a 4.
Oh, well, you've
covered
taken
in
him
pig
by
grease.
surprise. You can roll to hit. That would be a d20 against your strength. With the DR would be 12.
I have a -2. All right.
Delightful.
Oop, I have an 8, so 6.
You miss quite terribly. He is not pleased with you.
I will take Slash's spear and run to try and help Galgenfried.
Thank you.
All right. You may also make an attack roll.
You're making the assumption that I'm going to be effective.
Yes.
That would be a 4.
Nice. Well, you also miss horribly. Your spear clanking off the stone wall behind him, narrowly missing the large creature they're tormenting. Does anyone else care to try and engage the delightful light keepers?
I'm raising the bet and I say, which team do you think will win?
I'm hoping that the creature doesn't win. I haven't felt anything emotionally in years. So I don't mind all this sorrow.
We must end this misery. That's what Galgenfried yells.
All right, Galgenfried. Well, the keepers are not very happy with you, especially the one with oozing sores, who you assume is Morgar. He raises up a very vicious-looking cudgel, and he swings with his big, bulging muscles at your head. Please make a defense roll against your agility.
All right. Oh boy, got a 4. -2, 2.
So, can you give me a D4 roll?
1.
And that's 1. Well, it is quite a heavy club, so it's actually 2. You can make an armor roll if you have. I think you said you had armor.
Yeah, I do. That's a 4.
4. Morgar's cudgel slams down on your heavily armored breast and bounces off without any effect. You almost give a little chuckle. This massive man doesn't seem to have much bite after all.
I yell, I will end this misery, and I will take your wife. Your bride, or whatever he said.
The other man with the beard that you met previously, I don't think he ever did introduce himself to you. He lashes out with a wicked little knife at you. Make another defense roll, please.
Okay.
Just like
13.
Oh, lucky
Like
for you, he misses.
Slash.
He lets out a strange snivelly whine.
Slash, I'll bet you 10 silver one of ours dies.
just tuning still. Like
I say, you sir, you live in fear of this creature's man. Help me take his bride away from him, and I'll free you. That's what I yell at the man creature thing, or at his compatriot.
Give me a presence roll.
All right. Oh, I rolled a 20.
Oh.
So +2.
Yes. So the strange bearded man stops and seems to consider your words, and he looks very conflicted. He doesn't react right away, but he stands there and mulls the option you've given him that he's never had before.
Please, sir. Please, sir. I know you're conflicted, but help me banish this man with the swords so we can take the bride for ourselves and free yourself.
Walder, what do you plan to do?
I'm gonna make another jab at the
At Morgar?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
10 more silver that creature turns on him.
That would be a 2.
I'll take that bet.
And you once again miss wildly. You're not quite the swordsman, or in this case, spearman.
Nope.
It doesn't weigh the same. Your balance is all off.
I say, Walder, Morgoth's right there.
I know.
Morgar is quite annoyed with the two of you, and he fixes a terrifying gaze on Gelgenfried. His stare, his eyes glow with the same light of the lighthouse. Gelgenfried, please make a presence test for me.
Okay. I go, give me your gifts. I want them all. And I stare at him wildly when I roll a 12 + 2, 14.
Oh, his gaze doesn't seem to affect you. You're not transfixed or stunned by his horrible visage. So his efforts have gone nowhere.
Morgoth, what is your gift? I shall have your bride.
So Clervis, his friend, has decided that he will in fact join you in your efforts, and he rears back with his knife and plunges it towards Morgar's neck. Somebody roll me a d20.
Shouldn't be me.
You want me to roll it?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, go ahead.
Woo, 6.
Unfortunately, he too misses.
Clovis! He's right
He's
there!
a slippery little bastard.
Once again, Gelgenfried and Walder, you are free to make your futile attempts to take down this horrible brute Morgar.
I roll, is this a strength roll?
Yes, if you're physically attacking.
Yeah, 14 minus 2, 12.
And you're using a lance?
Yes. Yes.
To be honest, Gelgenfried seems completely unhinged.
He is a wild. We can usually count
Please
on
make a
him to go
damage
first.
roll for me.
Okay. All right, it's a D8. That's what it says. Oh my God, 8.
Nice.
Your lance, despite Morgar's heavy peacoat, your lance pierces through his sternum, rifling upward and out the back of his neck. Blood gouts everywhere, spraying the walls, and he slides slowly down it towards you, his face getting closer and closer to you, some of the ooze from his sores dripping onto your gloved hand holding the lance.
I yell, give me your gift!
The terrifying light in his eyes dims and goes out.
Morgoth, where's your gift? I want your bride. And I just throw him to the ground, like pulling him off this lance, which has got to take like a couple of seconds.
It slides out with a sickening crunch.
I
I think the slurping noise was worse than the idea of a crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this guy's name? Clevis? Or I can't.
Clervis.
Clervis. All right, let me write that down.
He looks a little bit like a bearded Ted Cruz. So
Clervis, though you have a weak-looking face, I wonder, would you care to join us to the top of the spire, sir?
I don't know. Morgar never did let me go up to the top. It's probably not. I've got to finish disposing of this thing first. Would you help me? Would you help me?
No, let's stop. Morgath is dead.
Oh.
Let's stop. Why are we disposing of this thing?
It's done. The new one is here. We have the new one. We don't need this one anymore. And this is what we always do. We always dispose of them in this manner.
Can't we just let it leave?
Well, it's much too large. We have to kill it and chop it up into little pieces so we can get it out of here. We can't fit down the stairs with this giant thing.
I wish I could read lips.
It must be quite a terribly interesting conversation.
Clervis. I don't think we should bother killing this thing. Just leave it be. Let's go to the top.
No. I'm staying here and I'm finishing the job. It has to be done. And I'm going to take care of this. And you do what you want to do, but I'm taking care of this thing.
Okay, I'm just going to jab Clervis with the lance.
Knock him out.
I go, okay, Clervis, and then I just stick him with the lance.
If that thing kills one of ours, we both win the bet, right?
Oh, of course.
I slowly back away, realizing that Galgan Freed is more bloodthirsty than I am.
So your blow lands true. Clervis is caught by total surprise, and the lance goes straight through the side of his head.
Clervis.
At this moment, the strange creature extends its arms out to you as though to offer you an embrace.
All right, I walk up and see what happens. Give me your gift.
You embrace the beast?
Yes.
So as you hug it, it wraps its arms around you, and blood rains from its face, covering you completely head to toe in its fluids.
Yum.
And it seems to be thankful for the help and allowing it to continue whatever it has left of its life.
Abominable snowman. I'm going to hug him and kiss him.
I go, well, you're welcome. I'm going to check this Morgoth guy's dead body and see what he's got on him. Oh, hey, Walder, why don't you take this guy's cudgel?
He's not squishing him?
Sounds like a good idea.
We've really just misunderstood this interaction.
Who do we even pay? We don't have a bookie or anything.
I think we've
ran
both
too
lost.
fast into this. I don't have any coin anyway. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me either.
If you would care to search Morgar's corpse, please do give me a D66 roll.
Okay. 36.
On his body, you find in a pocket of his coat a tortured pixie with torn off wings and gouged out eyes.
Oh my God.
It cries out for help in a soft mule.
Oh, I say, I look at it and put it in my hand and I say, how can I help you?
Listen.
I walk over and I clap my hand down to put it out of its misery.
You smash the pixie into a bloody mess in
Oh.
Gelgenfried's hands. Oh, it's disgusting. But he's already all covered in blood, so it's almost imperceptible.
To us, it just
Walter.
looked like you walked over and like gave him a
Yeah.
good job.
I just wiped the pixie on Walder, and I said, that wasn't very nice. We just saved this skull being thing, and I was going to help this pixie too.
I think that's what they call a low five.
I think it's time we move on. And I will pick up the cudgel and return Slash his spear.
You really should have thrown it. That's what a spear is for, you know? It's not a sword. You can't swing it like that.
Things you could have told me earlier.
I thought you knew.
So you continue your climb up the spire. The four of you march back onto the steps, trudging upwards with the rest of the scum that have come up from the hole in the floor below. And you emerge from the staircase into the glass dodecahedron-shaped room that Gelgenfried previously saw from outside.
You will like what's coming next, gentlemen.
A
Is that glow like
blazing light radiates from a massive plinth dominating the center of the room. But people continue to pile off the stairs, shoving their way outside, hurling themselves over the rail by the dozens. As you all stand there basking in the light, something reaches out to you. A malevolence causes the air to vibrate as reality warps and your being shifts with the tides. So, everyone, please roll a d20 for me.
5.
18.
I have a 3.
So, Slash, what was your roll?
A 5.
And Walder
4.
and Cetrin.
18.
You were probably last up the stairs, so the three of us got 5, 4, and 3.
So, let's start with Walder. As the change overcomes you, your body begins to convulse. It vibrates violently, turning into a gelatinous mass of ever-morphing flesh. Your insides become your outsides. Your bones turn to dust, and you are a quivering mass of sentient goo. You
Walter!
lose all your items. You cannot carry anything, but you can still use powers. Your horrific appearance forces lesser creatures to take morale checks in your presence.
Joke's on you. As a paladinwood, I can't have any powers.
So you are basically a sentient pile of flesh.
That
Excellent.
causes me immediate panic.
For Gelgenfried, time seems to pass at a rapid pace around you. Your hair goes gray, your teeth rot and fall out. In a matter of minutes, you have grown old. Reduce all of your abilities by 1 and halve your maximum hit points.
Okay.
For our friend Slash, bones and flesh adjust and shift painfully, only to return where they began. Do you wear armor?
I wear leather armor, yeah.
So please roll a d4 for me.
What's a 3?
You suffer 3 wounds as your armor constricts your body as it tries to shift and move and morph.
Gross. Just this is no gift.
Do you still live?
I have 4 hit points total, so now I'm at 1.
Very nice, very nice. And for our friend Satrin, the latecomer, Your muscles knot and tighten. Sinews twist. You feel the grasp of great power grip your body and squeeze. Choose your agility, strength, or toughness to increase by 2.
Ooh, agility, strength. I'm going to increase my agility.
You now have an agility of an additional 2 plus 2.
I now have an
It'll go to
agility
your
of
strength
1.
in 6 days.
Oh no!
So in the meantime, as you're standing there and your eyes have all adjusted, well, as the 3 of you have eyes still that have adjusted to the light, Walder, I'm sorry, sight isn't really a thing you have anymore so much. It's you still have perception, but not in the way that we would perceive vision.
I walk over and place the sack over him. He would have wanted this.
Yes. I was going to say, I wish I had a sack.
So, well, Walder is still alive and does still have feelings and can still communicate. But as you've adjusted to the blaze of the lighthouse, you can see the source of the light now. At the center sits the light. Its luminescence is difficult to look at or even comprehend, but it has a tiny hand. It looks like an infant with a giant skull for a head. What do you wish to do? Do you interact with this? Do you?
Oh, it looks just like the thing downstairs.
But smaller.
But smaller?
Yes. It's, shall we say, the infant version of the
Does it look
thing.
alive?
Oh, yes, quite alive. It waves a hand at you.
It's kind of cute.
I think we should go get the bigger one downstairs and see what happens when we put them together.
I do like that idea.
I think you'll have quite a bit of trouble getting the big one up the stairs in one piece.
Oh, really? Why is that? Because it won't fit?
Not anymore. He's grown too large.
Okay, well, that
You'd have to kill it.
No, thank you.
I'm looking around furiously for like, let's say, unicorn hairs or something that I was promised for my guitar that don't exist, and just getting really frustrated. Like, they said it would be here. Oh, we wasted all this time.
Yes, there's no grand treasure here. Any stories you've heard of reward or knowledge or treasure, all
I'm
a
just
myth.
ransacking the place. Like, anything that's in there, I'm throwing it to the side in anger.
Oof. Clearly, the light does not like this. Can you please roll me another d20?
Oh, boy.
That's going to be a 16.
Oh, somehow you manage to avoid any further change as you see light come out of the tips of the tiny hand and stream towards you in an effort to try and stop your ransacking. Your presence of mind manages to overcome any further change to your form.
I
I
approach
stop and I'm like, it's not the strings. It was in me all along.
I approach the infant creature and say, so what's your deal?
How you doing?
How you doing?
It seems to be acknowledging your presence, but non-communicative. It doesn't speak back to you, as though your words, it accepts them as some sort of communication, but it doesn't share your language or your concept of communication.
I scrape some of the crusty bottom off my backside and kind of hand this creature like just a handful of the goo from before, as if like, hey, have a snack.
Oh, make a roll, a d20 roll, please. This is a check against your presence.
I have a 13, 14, 15.
15. Again, the tiny thing sends out strands of light from his fingers towards you as it attempts to ward off your approach, and your presence of mind is able to ward off further change to your form.
I charge this thing and I scream at it, "Give me more of your gifts!"
All right. Because of the intense light exuding from this thing, any effort to strike it is quite difficult. Make an attack roll.
7.
So, you missed quite horrifically.
Is this thing on the ground up here?
It's on a raised podium.
Okay. I would like to slime my way over to it and just sort of envelop it.
Okay.
Bring the light.
You can make that attempt. Make an attack roll.
That would be a 7.
A 7. Oh my. No, your efforts to envelop it fall short. So at this point, it's decided that your intentions are quite hostile. So everyone must make a defense roll at this point now against your presence.
That is a 15 total.
I don't think I've had double digits all night.
15 total for me too.
I got a 9.
8.
I'm holding the spear and I'm like, Walder, it's like this.
Satrin, what was your roll?
9.
9. All right. Satrin and Walder, both please give me another d20 roll.
16.
2.
Oh man.
So in the case of our friend Walder,
Our slime boy.
the light has deemed you unworthy, my friend. In a burst of glory, you are reduced to just a quivering pile, losing all perceptions of any sort. You unfortunately have met your demise.
Waldorf, you've lost yourself.
Where did he go?
Satrin, on the other hand, seems to be rather blessed by this creature. The change envelops him. And filled with vigor and vim, your heart swells and your fortitude grows. You gain D4 to your max hit point.
Nice. That's good for me. As Waldor passed by me, I picked up my sack off of his body that was kind of floating above his gelatinous form. I try to throw a sack over this thing.
All right, you may make that
put its
attempt.
light out.
Go for it. We need a big roll here, my friend. Surprised no one's used any omens.
Oh, I forgot.
I'm definitely going to be. I only
Yeah,
have
if this
one.
does not go well, there'll be an omen coming out for this.
Yeah, I was like, I only have one, and I'm about to throw a spear at this thing,
I'm gonna use an omen, definitely. How many omens do I have, by the way? 2. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna give it another go. That's just a total fail. I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
As a paladimwit, I get 0D infinity omens.
Very nice.
Okay, I rolled a 15.
And you manage to leap and throw the sack over the beast's head, completely enveloping it. And although its light is quite powerful and shines through the bag, you seem to have caused some degree of dimming, shall we say, that allows a little bit more interaction in the room without being completely blinded.
There goes the spear.
Tie off the top of the bag, knot it.
I
The
scream,
tiny-
give him.
Body flails madly inside this bag.
I try and cradle it like a baby inside the bag. I'm trying to calm it down.
Satrin, let's throw it over the railing and take it with us onto the garbage scow.
Don't you see? This is the unholy reward that I have come to achieve.
Oh, well, let's take it with us.
Absolutely.
So, do you choose to? Are you going to try and kill this thing while it's in the sack, or?
No, it'll catch a hefty price.
Indeed.
Are you saying this is the child of Malice?
Absolutely.
I see. We must.
Legend and lore, they gave no clue to how powerful this thing is.
And this tiny form continues to struggle against you, but you're rocking and cooing, start to calm it, and eventually it perhaps dozes off or goes to sleep or something, and it enters a state of quiet at the very least. And as that happens, the light emanating from its giant, oversized skull head dims. And at the same time, the tide of people from below stops. Slowly at first, a trickle, a few laggards remaining, stumble up the steps, but they tend to just kind of crowd around in the room and outside by the rail. The never-ending plunge has stopped. You've actually
Like move through them.
seem to have ended their damned fate.
Well, don't everybody go at once. I'm trying to make my way out to the.
Somehow, miraculously, you saved all these poor souls. Except for Walder, of course. He's, just kind of, he's not exactly...
Lycan! Where have you been? He's like in the line.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Well, it seems this brings your journey in the Spire of Malice to an end. You've successfully stemmed the tide of people. You've saved everyone, and you've captured the great light at the top.
This child will fetch us a fortune.
Absolutely.
Kudos.
I'm already thinking of ways to kill them when we get the gold or the silver.
I wonder what happens when you open the bag.
You stay
I
away
still
from
say
me,
we
you
throw it
crazy.
over the side.
Galganfreed's pretty unhinged.
I'm
We'll get rid of him as soon as possible.
so.
Sounds good.
Do the things that we were? How do we feel now after this has happened?
Relieved. You feel a sense of accomplishment, and you feel like an old man.
Yeah, you're all shaky and brittle.
We may not have to kill him. He may just keel over himself.
Liver spots are growing right before my eyes.
Walder feels quite comfortable as just a general ooze on the floor.
In a few years, your atoms will pull themselves back together, and
Yes, but
He'll be whole
perhaps
again.
you could use the light to turn him into something else. But yes, he's unfortunately damned. He's had a very rough day.
Yes.
I just for good measure, I kind of scrape him up and put him, in my pocket or something. I put him in my water skin. I empty my water skin.
We'll spread him into the ocean.
I kind of, bottled his sludge form into the water skin.
Leave Walter where he lay.
So you find that your journey back down the stairs would be quite easy. There's no more tide of people rampaging up and
Oh, I don't have time for that. I'm jumping.
oh, very good, very good. Who else would care to leap for?
I think I'll take a quick jog down the steps.
I'm
There's
getting some
plenty
more
of
stew.
bodies. It's like the pigs. There's plenty of bodies down there.
I am quite interested in maybe getting a little bit of that stew. Yeah, getting a recipe at least.
I'm getting some stew.
Last one down is a rotten egg.
How heavy is this baby thing?
Probably in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 pounds.
Oh, okay. So it's actually like a baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a baby with a big skull head. A big magic baby.
Big magic baby.
So.
Let's go feed it some stew.
I think that's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, you do what you want with that baby. I'm going downstairs and getting some stew from good old Berter.
Did he always talk like this, or was he always an old man?
We've had a lot of very bad ideas this evening.
Yes. Surprisingly, they could have been much worse. But sadly, things worked out the worst for Walder. But the rest of you go back and you sit around with your friend Berter and you eat stew and play dice and cuddle your new
survive the fall
baby. Did you? No, you're dead.
Yeah. I was like, that was unsuspected.
No, I was talking about the other two.
Yeah, the other two.
Well, three. I guess Walder is in a water skin. Yes, whatever's left of him.
A Walder skin.
A Walder skin. Yes.
I'll tell you what. This ended more positively than I expected it to for me.
Yeah. So we had two
Walder skin.
2 deaths during the game, and one self-imposed. Somehow Gelgenfried miraculously survived everything.
That's what happens
Kept
when you're
waiting
the
for
first
his
one to run in.
impulsiveness to kill him, but no.
Yeah. It's always the most impulsive.
I think I most appreciated Derek's results, because there was a point I actually shared the result he got on the True Merkborg server, and his response to it was, "Oh man, I want to run that. I want to play that, and role play that. Have somebody end up with that." And how fittingly that it ended up being Derek that would roll that result.
That's fantastic.
It would have been a better result for him ever so slightly had he not killed the pixie, but because you would have had you would have ended up with actually the same result as Riley, but you lost your bonuses, and well, such is life in the dying world.
Yep.
Well, cool. That was awesome.
Well, I hope you appreciated or had a good time and appreciated the mayhem here in this, which is some sort of a weird funnel of sorts. There was a lot less death, but the mad desire to storm up the spire sort of saved you from some possible horribleness befalling you earlier. But excellent job, very nice job everybody did of role playing and getting into the spirit of things. So
yeah, great job on you. You're a terrific GM.
Oh, thank you.
Very fun.
Props.
Basically, what it boiled down to was I was thanking everybody for being on the stream. Rugos is a great GM, great artist, great writer. He comes up with a lot of cool things. Everyone on here has created something in one form or another, other than myself, because I'm not talented at all.
Oh, we'll get you to create something.
You got to create something.
There's still time left for the anti-paladin
Jam?
filthy slime jam.
I don't know anything about
7
that,
days
but I'm
left on it now, something like that.
That's
and
right.
also, we need to play Castaway. I have it. I haven't played it yet. So
It's fun.
at the end of the day, if anybody wants to come on and play their game, I'm ready for it. All we got to do is set up a time. I appreciate everyone. Worker B, thank you. He said I created a dope stream. I appreciate it. Like I was saying before, anyone who hasn't supported the Kickstarter campaign, please do. As a matter of fact, I'm on the page right now. There's multiple different tiers. Everything from $11 all the way up to $500. Looks like $500 it gets you a lot of really awesome stuff. And looks like Rugos Cone will run a game for you.
Yeah, run a game and illustrate a custom only for you exclusive 1-page dungeon, fully illustrated. I did one for Walton Woods Kickstarter, and we have one person that's backed at the patron of my filth level for this that'll be getting one of those, and
Nice.
it's. I think the one I did for Walton was I had about 20 hours of illustration into it. So it's not like, this is going to be some stick figures and a few notes. It's a full, easily an evening worth of gaming for you. And it won't ever be shared with anyone else unless the owner of it decides to share it. I think the current person that bid on Walt's Kickstarter is contemplating making it available to everybody through the Ex Libris website, but I'll never put that on itch or drive through or show anybody the drawing or distribute that.
Yeah, and the art that Rugos does is great. So that's well worth the price, if you ask me.
That's the baby.
Yeah, that is what you guys defeated tonight.
There,
I was telling
there
Rugos,
he is.
I was telling
So
Rugos
cute.
before the beginning of the
It's like I have
game
the-
I was going to wear that, but my daughter decided she wanted to vomit all over me before we played, so I had to change my
Bummer.
shirt. But
happens,
I did buy one. It's awesome. So that leads me to my next thing. Well, first and foremost, Worker B, you are the winner of Volume 1 and 2 test print.
Woo!
So get back to Rugos. You can find him on Twitter at RugosCone. That leads me to my next thing. Rugos Cone has a Threadless page. I will post that in the description of the video for you, Rugos.
The
And for
shower
anyone who's
curtains.
interested.
Actually,
Yeah,
Merkborg compatible shower curtains.
that's right. Third-party Morkborg shower curtains.
And
Yes.
also Derek, who played Walder, who almost made it to the very end. Well, you did, kind of, in someone's pocket.
Yeah.
Also
Always-
has
always with us.
also has something on Threadless. I personally have it. I meant to bring it up with me, but I didn't bring it up. It's a compatible with Merkborg coffee cup, and it gives you +2 to your presence. So I open up my cupboard and I see it and I always laugh. So I got the large one. It holds a lot of coffee, so it's enough to get me hyper. It might even give me +2 1/4 presents.
Dang.
All right, I'm horrible at dad jokes. So thank you everyone for playing. Rugos, is nice to meet you. Alex, nice to meet you. Paul, nice to meet you. Riley, thanks for being back on. Always a pleasure. Derek, as always, a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
Definitely
so much.
a huge thank you to all of you guys for participating and you, John, for running the show tonight for us. And I had a great time, and it was really, really awesome to get back into running a game. And as I was saying off camera, I can admit now publicly, at least to everyone, I didn't want to start off with this because then it would have assured total failure. But it's probably the first time me running a live game for adults in over 20 years.
Wow.
So the last time I ran a live game with my peers was probably with Paul, and it was sometime in the early 90s, maybe 93, 94. So
Damn.
it's been a while.
Let me just
like
say,
a bicycle, you got right back on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me just say I'm very honored to be a part of that, and you did an amazing job. And whoever you GM for, whether it's the adventure chat book tier or down the line, they're really lucky to have you as a GM.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well, I think that'll do for tonight. The Spire of Malice is in the Adventure Chapbook 2, which is still available to back on Kickstarter. There's a couple tiers in here where you can get the Volume 1 of the chapbook, but you can also go on Rugos Cone's itch page and find that there as well. So, again, thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to everyone for playing. And October's coming up, and we should have something very special for you the first Friday in October. It will be the King in Yellow, run by our very own Derek, who is on stream with us now.
Woohoo!
So if you like creepy things, systems I've never played, and Call of Cthulhu type games, please come watch. It should be a lot of fun. All right, thanks everybody.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Thank you all. It's been great meeting
Thank you.
you. Good
nice
fun.
meeting you guys too.
Take care.
All right, man, that was great. Thank you guys.
Yeah, that was awesome. Stream is